Take a look.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Big Hero Chris back at you with another one. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, ring the notification bell, hit me up on Twitter, TikTok, the community post. You already know the vibes. And it's the most wonderful time of the year. It's WrestleMania season, baby. Get hyped, man. Get excited. Get ready. Feel that mana. Slap your arms. Feel those goosebumps. Because it's that time of year. It's WrestleMania week, man. We already had Monday Night Raw this past Monday. Yeah, CM Punk talking trash about AEW and Tony Khan. So it's that time of year, where that magical time of year, we just feel the excitement, feel that joy, feel that electricity for WrestleMania. And I'm here for your WrestleMania predictions video. Now, originally I was supposed to link up with a partner of mine, Ango. We were supposed to do a WrestleMania predictions thing. And conflict, scheduling conflict, but hopefully I'll be able to get on the stream one of these days. He's one of my favorite YouTube channels out there, so shout out to my boy Ango. Also shout out to my boy Gresh, who was supposed to, do a thing too. It is what it is, but these things happen. But man, we're here to talk about this WrestleMania. And earlier I posted in the community post that they posted the match cards for both nights of WrestleMania, night 1 and night 2. And looking over the card for both nights, man, in my opinion, the way it's looking so far, night 1 looks like it's going to be the overall better card. I feel like the show as a whole will be dope. Both nights of WrestleMania will be a dope show. But if we're breaking down, night 1 versus night 2, Saturday versus Sunday, Saturday looks like it's going to be the better show. But let's not waste any more time. Let's just get into it, man. And we're going to just go ahead and just do something a little bit different. We're going to talk about the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale, which takes place on WrestleMania SmackDown, or this Friday on SmackDown. And I don't remember everybody that's involved. I know Omos is in there. My guy Omos, big Omos. But I don't think he's going to win. Me personally, I feel like it's going to come down between two people. It's going to come down between Andrade and Ricochet. Now, Ricochet, he's been doing his thing these past few weeks on Raw, man. He's been showcasing, he's been showing up, he's been showing out. The dude hit a falling away slam on Ivar, and I'm like, yo, this dude might really be a superhero in real life. So, the way this story is going, man, I'm thinking it's going to come down between Ricochet and Andrade. And if I had to make a pick, man, I would say Ricochet wins the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale, man. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. I wouldn't be mad if Andrade won, but for me making a prediction for prediction's sake, I'm going to say, Ricochet wins the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. And the perks that comes with that, you get to stand next to the trophy and do that little Andre the Giant pose. So, hey, good for you. Now, on to WrestleMania Night 1. Let's get into it, man. Let's get it. We're going to start off with a tag team match between Rey Mysterio, the newest member of the LWO Dragon League, taking on Eddie Guerrero's son, Dominic Mysterio, and his new stepdad, Santos Escobar. And this whole feud between Santos and Rey has been building for quite a while. This whole rivalry, man, has been going on between the LWO and the Legatos. And you also have father versus son, Rey versus Dominic. And then you have the Robin to Rey's Batman and Dragon League. So it's a lot of moving pieces going on. It's a lot going on. You got Master and Apprentice. You got the guy who felt like he should have been the guy standing next to Rey. It's a lot going on. But I feel like this is going to be an overall fun match. And I gotta say, the way they've been building up Dominic recently, the way they've been building up is kind of like becoming a leader on his own. He's doing his things on his own. He's stepping out. He's pulling up with Andrade. He's pulling up with the Legatos. And he's kind of moving away from not just Judgment Day, but kind of moving away from Rhea Ripley in a little bit. And you can kind of feel that tension between Rhea and Dominic, as well as the rest of the Judgment Day. So I feel like this match is going to kind of build upon that. And I'm going to give the win to Santos and Dominic. And this will be Santos and Dragon Lee's first WrestleMania, so that's pretty cool for them. But I'm going to give the win to Santos and Dominic, you know. Especially since Ray beat Santos, I think, when they wrestled on SmackDown a couple weeks ago. So, you know, give that win to these guys right here. We'll now go on to a six-pack ladder match for the WWE Tag Team Championships of the world. You have the Judgment Day, Finn and Damian defending against the New Day, A-Town Down Under, the New Catch Republic, DIY, Awesome Truth. And one thing that I noticed on Raw, that a lot of people noticed that as well, that Michael Cole said that in order for this match to end, both sets of tag team champions have to come down. It's not that you pull down one and you win. You have to pull down both sets. So the speculation started speculating, and a lot of people were thinking that this tag team championships are finally going to be separated. I'm praying that this is the case. I like the fact that they have had Undisputed Tag Team Championships, and I felt that you should either split them up or just merge the titles together. Just make it so that the Tag Team Champions can show up on either, like, keep it the way you have it, but just have one set of Tag Team Championships as opposed to having two sets. But it's looking like they're going to split those tag team titles up. And seeing as you have 2 SmackDown teams as opposed to 4 Raw teams, I feel like I'm feeling like Grayson and Austin Theory are going to be the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And as far as the Raw Tag Team Champions, oh man, I really want DIY to win because, you know, they're pretty dope. But for some reason, man, I'm feeling like the Awesome Truth are going to be the Raw Tag Team Champions. And I'm like, yo, I'm not feeling this at all. I like it for R-Truth. I like R-Truth. He's a North Carolina guy and he also follows me on Twitter, but oh, brother. But that's who I'm going with, man. I'm going with the Awesome Truth for the Red Tag Team Championships. And A-Town Down Under are going to be your new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, man. So, you know, Father God. But speaking of Father God, speaking of God is good, we have a trios match between Damage Control, Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane, taking on, as I call them, the Chocolate Avengers, Naomi, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill. And speaking of, you know, somebody's first WrestleMania match, this is Jade Cargill's first WrestleMania match. And there's no way Jade Cargill's going to lose in her first match. There's no way Bianca's going to lose because she's undefeated at WrestleMania. So, Asuka, I'm sorry for you. That WrestleMania streak of yours of not winning is going to continue. Bianca, Naomi, and Jade, they're going to get this win, man. It's going to be a dope match. And I'm really excited to see the entrance for old Jade Cargill, man. So, that should be pretty cool. Now we go on to the Intercontinental Championship match between Sami Zayn and Gunther. I got another Rocky montage video, so, you know, I'm happy about that. One thing a lot of people won't be happy about is the fact that Gunther is going to retain. As much as I like Sami Zayn, as much as I like this story that's going down, Sami Zayn is not going to win. They're kind of doing this whole Rocky 3 type deal where, you know, they're building up between Sami, you know, getting his confidence, finally overcome the odds, but I don't think it's going to happen that way. I think Gunther's going to get the win. And I still feel that Chad Gable is ultimately going to be the one that defeats Gunther for that Intercontinental Championship. But Gunther is going to walk out of WrestleMania Intercontinental Champion. Speaking of someone that's going to walk out of WrestleMania still champion, Rhea Ripley taking on Becky Lynch. And as much as I like Becky Lynch, as much as she's doing her thing with, you know, her book tour, as much as he's the man, she just ain't mommy. She's just not mommy. Rhea Ripley is still going to be the women's world champion. And there's a couple matches that are going to take place on WrestleMania Night 1, but I'm going to tie those into Night 2. So speaking of Night 2, we go on to a Philadelphia street fight between the Final Testament and Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, aka Street Business, baby. And like I've been saying this on my SmackDown reviews, I'm really ready for this feud to end, and hopefully this is the culmination. This is the final showdown between these two tag teams. because I don't care. As much as I like the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley, man, I'm ready for them to do something else. And the Final Testament, they started off cool at first, but whatever. I'm rooting for my black brothers, the Street Business, Bobby Lashley, and the Street Profits, because a lot of these times on SmackDown, they've been getting their behinds handed to them, so that's why I'm going for Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. And another match which I kind of figured would have a stipulation or some type of shenanigans going into it will be LA Knight and AJ Styles, because you've had home invasions, you had an episode of Cops, you've had LA Knight wearing a disguise. So you figure that there will be shenanigans in this match, but it's a straight up wrestling match. I'm going for LA Knight. I'm gonna say LA Knight is gonna get the win, and the word on the street is, rumor has it, AJ Styles may have a new theme. So good for you, old Alan Jones. But we go to your United States Championship match, which is a triple threat match. Randy Orton taking on Kevin Owens, taking on the champion Logan Paul. And this feud has been pretty interesting, man. It's been pretty funny. Logan Paul's out here stealing cars, and there's gonna be a big Prime bottle logo during this match, so that's gonna pop me tremendously. And honestly, I see Logan Paul walking out as still your United States champion, because I don't see a reason to put it on Randy, and I don't really see a reason to put it on Kevin Owens. There's still some juice in that old Prime bottle, and Logan Paul, he can do a little bit more as United States champion. So keep on keeping on Logan Paul. But we will have a title change on night 2. It is going to be between Io Sky and Bayley for the WWE Women's Championship. And I'm very happy, I'm very proud for Bayley, because she's finally getting her moment, finally getting her one-on-one match, and it's going to be for the Women's Championship, and she's going to get her moment. Bayley is walking out of this thing as your new WWE Women's Champion, and I'm going to be happy. It's going to be awesome. Good for you, Bayley. But this leads us to the cinema. This leads us to the gospel. This leads us to the mana. And I'm going to go ahead and circle back to WrestleMania Night 1, because the match that's taking place on Night 1 is going to be blood versus blood, brother versus brother, twin versus twin, yeet versus no yeet, him versus him, Jimmy versus Jey. And a lot of people are saying that, Jey's got to win. And I disagree, because Jey is over, man. Jey is that guy. His merch is selling like hotcakes, He even has Yeet Hoochie Daddy shorts, there's that. So Jey is going to be alright, whether he wins or loses. Jimmy, on the other hand, needs this win a whole lot more, man. Because Jimmy, he started off as kind of like wanting to be the new tribal chief, and they kind of pivoted to Jimmy being more of the funny guy. But I really feel that Jimmy needs this moment. Jimmy needs this moment to solidify that he's cool too. Jimmy's doing his thing. So that's why I'm gonna go for Jimmy winning this match over his brother Jey. We're gonna keep it on night 1, the main event of night 1. Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins taking on the final boss, the People's Champion, The Rock, and his cousin, the head of the table, the tribal chief, the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns. And there are big stakes on the line for this one, because if Cody and Seth win, it's going to be a straight up one-on-one match between Roman and Cody. But if the Bloodline wins, at night 2 it's going to be Bloodline rules. And for that reason, that's why Roman and The Rock are going to win. Because all this time, people have been talking about adversity for Cody. He had to deal with Brock Lesnar. He had to deal with the Bloodline. He had to deal with Judgment Day. He had to deal with Dominic. He had to deal with Shinsuke Nakamura. He had to deal with all those things. But, the adversity of all adversity is, him dealing with the Bloodline. And you already know the Bloodline is going to interfere as is. So you might as well just make it legal. Keep Solo from showing up with that hoodie, because I'm pretty sure it stinks. So that's why the Bloodline is going to win. And the fact that, you have Seth Rollins being involved in this is going to tie into his match against Drew McIntyre for that World Heavyweight Championship. Because Drew McIntyre has been telling him this from jump. He doesn't need to focus on the bloodline. He needs to focus on Drew, because that's ultimately the advice Seth gave to Drew. He needs to drop the bloodline, let it go, and focus on him. So now it's come full circle. Drew's focused on the World Championship, but Seth's focused on the bloodline. And because of that, also, The Rock has said this multiple times, he's going to make that world title disappear because he's interfering, because Seth has been interfering in bloodline business. So I feel like that's going to tie in to the finish. And I feel like The Rock is going to cost Seth Rollins the championship. And Drew is going to walk out. He's finally going to get his WrestleMania moment in front of people. He's going to be the new World Heavyweight Champion. And because The Rock interfered in Seth's match, it's going to tie into the main event, the Mac Daddy of them all, Bloodline Rules, Roman Reigns taking on Cody Rhodes, with the shenanigans of all shenanigans, ultimate shenanigans. Everyone's going to be interfering. It's going to be like Avengers. In Endgame, it's going to be portals. Everyone's going to show up. I might show up to help out the bloodline. You know how that goes. And like The Rock said, man, anything goes. The bloodline can interfere. The Rock's gonna probably beat up Cody in front of his mom and his wife and his kid and his dog and his brother and all that. But because it's anything goes, that means everyone else can interfere. That means Seth can interfere. Jay can interfere. Little Wayne can interfere if he wants to. Meek Mill can interfere if he wants to. P. Diddy, he's gonna try to interfere, but he's gonna get arrested on site, so he's not gonna be a factor in this at all. And it's going to ultimately really come down to Cody and Roman. And Cody is finally going to do it. I called this last year and I was wrong. I went against my tribal chief. I'm going to do it again, man. Cody is finally going to finish the story. We will never have to hear the words finish the story ever again after this night, man. Because Cody's finally going to do it. He's going to win that championship. He's going to start crying and his dog's going to go woof, woof, woof. And that's how WrestleMania is going to end, with pyro and everyone celebrating, because the tribal chief has finally fallen. And this is going to advance the bloodline story even more, because there's much more layers to that bloodline story. But that's another story for another day, guys. And there you have it. My predictions for not only WrestleMania SmackDown, WrestleMania Night 1, WrestleMania Night 2, man. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. Let me know your predictions in the comment section below, man. Are you excited for WrestleMania? Which match are you excited for? Do you think Cody can finally finish the story? How do you think The Rock's going to look in his first match in 8 years? Let me know. Of course, as always, like, comment, subscribe, acknowledge your tribal chief. Don't mess with the final boss. Take care. Be easy. I'm out. Peace.